Hello students, today we are going to learn history chapter number 6, emergence of regional cultures. Now in this particular chapter we are going to learn about how different regional languages and how different dance forms emerged in India during the medieval period. A very significant development of the medieval period was the rise of distinctive regional cultures. Each region witnessed the development of its distinctive kind of language, food, clothes, music, pottery, dance, and art. After all the particular dimensions means Mughals entered, Delhi Sultanate's rules. After all that stuff, when different languages and different cultures emerged in India, that time all different regions, each region has different kind of development in their language, food, clothes, music, poetry, dance and art. A number of regional languages such as Malayalam, Gujarati, Marathi, Kannada, Bangla, Oriya, Assamese and Rajasthani developed in the military camps in different regions at that time. A new language, Urdu, developed in the military camps, which was a mixture of Arabic and Persian. The new language, that is Urdu is the mixture of which two languages, that is Arabic and Persian. In regional kingdoms, regional languages were used for administration. Now, what is written down over here, that in each region, their regional language is used in their administration, means in their work. The development of Malayalam language is an example of this type of regional languages. Now we are going to learn about development of languages, how different languages developed, how they emerged. First, we are going to learn about the growth of Malayalam, how Malayalam language emerged or developed in that particular duration. The Chera dynasty established its kingdom in the region of present-day Kerala. Means the Chera dynasty is ruling in present-day what we call this Kerala. In that particular area, they rule or they established their kingdom. The rulers introduced the local language Malayalam in their official records and inscriptions. Inscription means for students, that is the written records only. At the same time, the Cheras continue to be influenced and inspired by the Sanskrit. When they are introduced Malayalam language in their records, in their official works, at that time only they also inspired by which language? By Sanskrit. So, the literary means written work. Literary work in Malayalam borrowed ideas from Sanskrit literature. Now, what happens, students, when they are developing Malayalam language at that particular time, they take some points or they inspired by Sanskrit language, and from the Sanskrit literature they develop their Malayalam language. Moreover, in the plays enacted in the temples, stories were borrowed from Sanskrit epics. Now, whatsoever stories and epics were being done or were being generated in Sanskrit language, they borrowed their story and transferred it into Malayalam language and where they enact these languages or where they enact these stories in the temples. Thus, we find an interesting integration of Sanskrit traditions and the regional languages during this period that is evident by the exchange and adoption of ideas. Exchange means what? They were exchanging Sanskrit and Malayalam language. They exchanged their ideas through Sanskrit language. They adapt their views from Sanskrit language and exchange it into Malayalam language. Thought among the languages and the various works done at this time. Now you can see the picture of a person who is known as the father of Malayalam language. His name was Thanchad Ezuthachan and the Malayali lady holding a bamboo umbrella in her hand. Our next topic is growth of Hindi. Hindi emerged as an important language in medieval India. It emerged in between 7th to 10th century. Medieval Hindi was in the form of Brij Bhasha. Brij Bhasha is a dialect of Hindi, means it pronounced or it says like Hindi only. If we speaking, अगर हम ब्रिज भाषा बोलते हैं तो वो कैसा साउंड करता है, तो वो हिंदी लैंग्वेज जैसा ही साउंड करता है. And around the Mathura region where this Brij Bhasha spoken or originate, that is around the Mathura region. Now, during the period of or time of Akbar, Hindi poets of the ages were Goswami Tulsidas, the writer of Ramcharitmanas, and Surdas, who composed Sursagar. Now here the two famous poets of Hindi language. First is Goswami Tulsidas. His picture is in your textbook. Here is the picture of Tulsidas. He written down Ramcharitmanas, and the person next, who is Surdas, composed the Sursagar. Next is growth of Marathi. How Marathi language developed. The Bahmani rulers patronized Marathi as the administrative language in their kingdom. Now, whose Bahmani rulers patronized means supported which language? Marathi language as their administrative, means their court work. In their court work or in their kingdom, which language they use? They use Marathi language. The Bhakti saints enriched the Marathi language by composing Bhakti poems and songs in Marathi. Now, how this language mostly developed? Though most of the language were developed by Bhakti saints. And how they developed this language? By composing different Bhakti songs and poems. They composed different language poems and songs, and then they sing it and developed it. Bhakti saints like Naneswar, Tukaram, Namdev and Eknath composed beautiful songs and poems in Marathi. Now we are going to learn about growth of Punjabi language. The Sikh gurus enriched this language by their writings. It also developed in the medieval period. The script of Punjabi language is Gurumukhi. Now, the Sikh gurus has the main hands to develop the Punjabi language by their writings, and their writings were known as Gurumukhi. Folk tales in Punjabi language further added to richness of this language. Many Muslim writers also wrote in Punjabi. Their writings of Muslim writers in Punjabi were known as Qissa. Now, whenever, if I can say, कि जब भी कोई मुस्लिम राइटर्स होते थे और वो जब अपनी राइटिंग्स पंजाबी लैंग्वेज में लिखते थे, या अपना जो भी सॉन्ग या कुछ भी स्टोरीज होती थी वो पंजाबी लैंग्वेज में लिखी जाती थी, तो उस मुस्लिम राइटर्स के जो भी राइटिंग्स होते थे उनको क्या बोला जाता था? किस्सा. द मोस्ट फेमस किस्सा इज हीर रांझा. वी ऑल नो दिस नेम, राइट? रिटन बाय वारिस शाह, is still famous worldwide, and here is the picture of Waris Shah. Next topic is growth of Telugu. The ruler of powerful Vijayanagar kingdom, Krishnadev Raya, contributed greatly to the growth of Telugu as a language. He himself was a great poet. Now, Telugu language is developed by whom? The Vijayanagar kingdom's king, the ruler, that is Krishnadeva Raya, who contributed a lot in the growth of Telugu language. Now, he himself was a poet, and he wrote Amyukta Malyada, which was the greatest poetic work of that time. Poetic means poet. Poems were written down in that particular script. In Amyukta Malyada, he described the duties of the kings. Now in this particular Amyukta Malyada poems, what he noticed down, what he written down, he described the duties of king. What are the duties of king? That is written down in the Amyukta Malyada. Tenali Rama was his famous court poet and a wise man of great wit. Now wit means what, Susan? Wit means a person can answer quickly. That person is known as wit, means geniusness, right? So Tenali Rama is what? It's a court poet of Krishna Deva Raya's court, and even he is a very genius person. This shows how the rulers of different regions took pride in their local language and culture. Even Tenali Rama's and Krishna Deva Raya's stories were depicted on our TV serials, that is Tenali Rama on Sub TV. Everyone is watching that, right? And now you can see the picture of Amukta Malyada book in the next slide. Our next topic is rise of local religious culture. First is the Jagannath cult, means how our culture is developed. First is we are going to learn about Jagannath cult. Worship of Lord Jagannath, a name for Vishnu. Lord Vishnu's another name is Jagannath. At Puri in Odisha is a good example of the rise of local religious culture. In the 12th century, one of the rulers of the Ganga dynasty ruling Odisha named Raja Anantavarman decided to set up a temple at Puri to worship Lord Jagannath. This Jagannath temple is developed by whom? The Ganga dynasty's ruler, that is Raja Anantavarman, and he wants to worship Lord Jagannath, and because of that only what he did? He set up a temple at Puri in Odisha. The ruler of Odisha dedicated their kingdom to this god and ruled as the deputy of the god. Interestingly, this god was worshipped originally by the local tribal people of Odisha. Means what, students? Lord Jagannath is worshipped earlier by whom? By the original local tribe of Odisha. Means ओडिशा के जो लोकल ट्राइबल पीपल थे वो क्या करते थे? तो वो जगन्नाथ को वर्शिप करते थे. लेटर ऑन द रूलर ऑल्सो सेट अप अ टेम्पल टू वर्शिप द लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ, एंड after the setup of temple, later the official deity of the region, and later on by set up this temple, the Lord Jagannath made the official deity of the region. Now what do you mean by deity? Deity means what? God or goddess. Now we are going to learn about the Rajputs of Rajputanas. Now how the Rajput culture rise in our country. It is another example of a particular region's special characteristics. All over Rajasthan, the different Rajput clans means what, student? Groups, had political control. Means different groups were controlling different areas or regions. The main tradition developed by these Rajputs were those of heroism, valor and sacrifices. Means what is known very much about these Rajputs? First is heroism. How they were heroically battle, or how they heroically doing all their work. Valor and sacrifice. Valor means what? Valor means bravery, and sacrifices. They were known for their heroism, bravery and sacrifices. In the folklore stories and songs of Rajasthan describing their heroic sacrifices in the battlefield while fighting the enemy bravely till the end were recited by the bards who travelled from village to village, singing these tales of military glory and loyalty to the clan and the land. Now what is written down over here? जो भी राजपूत की जो भी हीरोइज्म, मतलब कि उन्होंने जो बैटल फील्ड में हीरोइक एक्शंस लिए हैं, उनकी जो ब्रेवरी है, सेक्रीफाइसेस है, वो किस में डिस्क्राइब किए जाते थे? तो इन दी स्टोरीज एंड इन दी songs. Then that songs were recited by whom? Recited by the bards. Here the word is bard. Bards कौन है? तो वो क्या करते हैं? अलग अलग प्लेसेस पे ट्रैवल करते हैं और वो ट्रैवल करते करते क्या करते हैं? तो उनके ब्रेवरीज के सॉन्ग क्या करते हैं? सिंग करते हैं, ताकि वहां के लोगों को राजपूत की ब्रेवरीज और उनके सेक्रीफाइसेस के बारे में पता चले. Even women too were portrayed as heroic figures who were also ready to immolate themselves on the funeral pyre of their husbands by jumping into the sacred fire pit to protect their honor from the enemies in the face of defeat of their men. Now what is the heroic movement of women? So even the women sacrifice their life. How they sacrifice their life? Suppose एक king है जो डिफीट हो गया है किसी के अगेंस्ट, राइट? इफ अ किंग डिफीट बाय समवन, तो व्हाट हैपन? द क्वींस और द वुमेन शुड बी अंडर द विनिंग किंग, राइट? तो क्या होता था? उनका जो ऑनर है वो क्या हो जाता था? उनकी डिसरिस्पेक्ट होती थी अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर, राइट? तो for their honor or for their respect, what they do, they sacrifice themselves in the funeral pyre of their husband, jumping into the sacred fire pit. This practice was called Johar. Now you see the picture Padmavat, right? In that Padmavat movie, the last scene of Deepika Padukone, she sacrificed herself in the fire pit. That is the example of Johar. Means if the king defeated by someone, the queen or a woman sacrificed herself into the fire pit. That is known as Johar. For what they are doing that? Why they are doing so? For the respect of herself or for the honor of herself, right? Now, supreme dedication of the Rajput woman, such stories preserved the memories of the heroes and were expected to inspire others. These legends and stories of Rajput heroism form the distinctive culture of Rajasthan. Now, flourishing dance forms. Now we are going to learn about different types of dance forms that emerging in India. India has a glorious dance tradition since ancient time. During the medieval period, each specific region of India started developing its own particular dance form. First, we are going to learn about the Bharatnatyam. In South India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, Bharatnatyam developed as a temple dance. Now this Bharatnatyam dance forms developed as what? As a temple dance. Why it is known as temple dance? The girls who performed this dance were called the Devdasis, who devoted their entire life to the service of a deity. Means what, students? Why it is known as temple dance? Temple dance because it is the dance form is for the appraisal of God. Means if any girl perform this dance form, it is known as what? Devdasis. Why she is known as Devdasis? Because she devoted her entire life to whom? For the service of the god. The Chola Empire greatly patronized this form. Many Chola sculptures depicted the feature of these dance forms. It was only in the 20th century when this dance form began to be performed outside the temple. First of all, in the originate of this particular dance form, it is performed in the temple only. But after the 20th century, it is performed outside the temple also. And even we can see many sculptures in temple, right? In many temples there are different statues of a woman or a lady is there, that is in the posture of Bharatnatyam dance form. Now we are going to learn about Kathakali. As a dance form, Kathakali developed in Kerala as a kind of a dance drama with elaborated makeup and colorful costume. You can see the picture of that. There are a lots of makeup, yes, and colorful costume is there. So this particular dance form is a one kind of drama, means someone is depicting a story, right? This dance form generally take up some stories from the epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata and depict the victory of truth over evil. So this particular dance form is say something stories. It depicts something stories, and these stories are from Ramayana and Mahabharata, and even the stories that are the victory of truth over evil. Now we are going to learn about Kuchipudi. Kuchipudi arose as a dance form in Andhra Pradesh. It is originate in the Andhra Pradesh. It combines music, dance and acting. Means in this particular, they depict the stories also. Dance moves are there and even the musics are there. Acting to depict scenes from epics and other mythologies. Same mythologies means stories related to God. Next is Odissi. Odissi originates in Odisha and is based on devotion to Lord Krishna. This dance performance is for whose devotion? For the devotion of Lord Krishna. Now students, in earlier times, all these dance forms are originate for whom? For the God, for the worship of God. They worship the God, they devote the God by their dance forms. Now, it is a soft and graceful dance accompanied by melodious music and songs sung in the Oriya language. Means in their regional language, the songs were sang, and it's a very, very delicate and soft and graceful dance. Now we are going to learn about the Kathak. The Kathak dance form originated as a part of storytelling in the temple of North India, where the storytellers or the Kathaks, means who were performing the dance, they were known as Kathaks, made their stories interesting by adding gestures, means different postures, songs. This Kathak is also what? Is also one kind of storytelling, and it arises in the North India. Gradually, Kathak became a dance form. Through this description, the legends of Radha Krishna were enacted, and whose storytelling is enacted mostly in that earlier time? It is of Radha Krishna's story. Gradually, due to the patronage of the kings and nobles, Kathak began to be performed in the courts and developed two gharanas or traditions, one in the court of Rajasthan and the other in Lucknow. Now what it is written down over here students, so किंग्स और नोबल्स जो थे वो ये डांस फॉर्म को बहुत ही सपोर्ट करते थे. दे लाइक दिस डांस फॉर्म. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, तो ये जो डांस फॉर्म था वो कहाँ पे परफॉर्म किया जाता था? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट परफॉर्म्ड इन टेम्पल ओनली, राइट, बट आफ्टरवर्ड विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ किंग्स एंड नोबल्स इट इज परफॉर्म्ड इन द कोर्ट्स, एंड दिस कोर्ट्स नेम देम two gharanas, that is one is the courts of Rajasthan and second is the Lucknow. Kathak as a dance form spread all over northern India. Intricate and rapid footwork. In the Kathak dance form, what is very much important? Their footwork. Elaborate costumes means their costumes, and anecdote of stories means how they were depicting or telling us the story of Radha Krishna become the special feature of this dance form. The tradition of miniature paintings. The Mughal rulers were great patron of paintings. Patron means supporters. Mughal rulers जो थे उनको paintings बहुत पसंद थे. Their special contribution was the miniature painting. Now what is miniature? Miniatures are small size paintings generally done in watercolor on cloth or paper. So that is the miniature painting. You can see here. See, this is one example of miniature painting. Miniature paintings are what? It is done by watercolor on a small cloth or a paper. Now, the Mughal emperors encouraged miniature paintings depicting court scenes. Now, what is in that particular pictures? What are the paintings that is of maybe for the court scenes? मतलब कि उनके court scenes जो होते थे उनके according paintings बनाए जाते थे. Scenes of battlefields, hunting, marriage parties and other themes from social life, means how their kingdom is established, how their society is in working. All their themes are of the paintings. These were painted in brilliant colors and give us a very good idea of the costumes, ornaments and lifestyle of that period. You can see in this particular picture the costume of the king, right? The posture of his body, all the stuff, lifestyle. Even we can imagine the lifestyle of this particular person, right? The Mughal emperor who was passionately attached to painting was Emperor Jahangir. During his reign, means rule, portrait painting became popular. Portrait means what? A particular person's picture, right? That is the portrait picture. With the decline of the Mughal Empire, मतलब कि जब Mughal Empire decline हो गया औरंगजेब के बाद, many artists and painters moved to the Rajput courts of Rajasthan and the foothills of the Himalayas. Now, Mughals are the very much patronized by these paintings, right? वो बहुत support करते थे paintings को, तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे painters और artists होंगे. Now, after the declines of Mughal Empire, when Mughal Empire declined, the artists and painters moved to another places and they were moving in Rajasthan and foothills of Himalayas, that is now known as Himachal Pradesh. Thus developed two special traditions or gharanas of Rajputana and the Kangara school of miniature paintings. Apart from court scenes, themes from mythology, especially the legends of Radha Krishna, were the themes of these paintings. मीन्स वॉर स्टूडेंट्स तो कोस्ट सीन्स वहां पे ड्रॉ किए जाते थे, बैटलफील्ड के सीन्स होते थे, हंटिंग सीन्स, मैरिज पार्टीज, ऑल दीज थीम्स वर देयर. इवन विद देम mythology scenes are there, that is of legends Radha Krishna. Thus a very interesting feature of medieval India is the emergence of regional culture. These regional cultural traits emerged as a result of intermixing of local tradition with ideas from other parts of the subcontinent. Now this emergence, how this emergence helped? So it intermixed the people's ideas. Even the local ideas intermix with other regions' people ideas. The rise of regional culture enriched the unique diversity of India. Now we are going to learn about the regional culture of Bengal. Bengal has always enjoyed a rich cultural heritage. A variety of songs, dance, languages and literature have always been the pride of Bengal. Bangla is the distinct language of Bengal, we know that. Now it is derived from Sanskrit. Now this language, how this language derived, how this language originated, it is also originated from the Sanskrit. It also includes words from Persian, tribal and even European languages. Now here the main two things are temple building has also been a part of Bengal's cultural heritage. Local deities who were earlier worshipped in the thatched huts, means in earlier times, how they devote a god? They devote a god in a small hutch, thatched hutch. In the villages, began to be worshipped in brick and terracotta. In the brick and terracotta temples, it is significant that many of these temples were built with the support of and contribution of craftsmen, artisans and other ordinary people. First they devote the god in thatched hut, but afterward they built a temple with the help of brick and terracotta, and then they worship the people in the temple. Worship the god in the temple, and these temples were built with the help of whom? With the craftsmen, artisans and ordinary people. And the most important thing, different regions of India developed distinctive food habits based on locally available items of food. डिफरेंट एरियाज में जिस तरह की सॉइल और जिस तरह की लैंड होती है उनके अकॉर्डिंग और वहां पे जैसे क्रॉप्स ग्रो होते हैं उनका फूड हैबिट वैसा होता है, राइट. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल फिश इमर्ज एज अ डिस्टिंक्टिव फूड आइटम्स ऑफ बंगाल. नाउ बंगाल का कौन सा फूड आइटम बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट था? दैट इज द फिश. व्हाई फिश इज वेरी मच डिस्टिंक्टिव फूड आइटम ऑफ बंगाल? सो बिकॉज ऑफ द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ प्लेंटी ऑफ फिश इन द रिवर ऑफ बंगाल. Even poor Bengalis made fish their staple food. Even Brahmins who never had non-vegetarian food made an exception in Bengal. Bengali Brahmins too became fish eaters. Even the Brahmins, जो Brahmins होते हैं वो non-vegetarians होते हैं, right? But in Bengal, even the Brahmins ate fish. Why? Because fish is available in number of amount. Plenty of fish is available in the river of Bengal. Now, thus fish emerged as an essential food for the people of Bengal.